One of the most frustrating experiences you could have that would layer on top of existing anxiety or depression is if you feel like you are not supported or understood in your immediate environment, right? If you feel like your friends, your family, your significant other do not really have any sort of empathy for what you're going through. So a couple things to understand. First of all, many individuals who might be in your extended circle who simply do not understand or acknowledge what you are going through as in any form legitimate are actually doing what they think is actually going to help you. Now, they're doing it in a way that's not helpful. I want to be very clear about that. But if you can first at least acknowledge that they're trying to, in a sense, shake you up or shake you out of your current way of thinking and get you to approach things from a different perspective, that things aren't as bad as they may be. There is something that's a little bit compassionate about that, but it very often comes across very brutish and just simply not elegant and very unhelpful. Also comes across in a blaming sort of mentality. So again, I'm not legitimizing what they're doing, but if you can at least come from the appreciation that they are trying to do something that they believe will help, then it can be a little bit easier to navigate these troubled waters. The next thing is, you have to appreciate that if they do not believe you are taking concrete actions to change your situation, it's difficult for them to feel sometimes like they can console you and be there for you. So until you're able to very clearly demonstrate that you are doing what is necessary to turn things around, they're not going to have a lot of sympathy for that. And so this is a situation where it really calls on you to make sure that you are able to tell them, look, I am taking responsibility, I am getting this turned around, and at the same time, I need you to understand that this is not something I'm choosing, but it is something I'm choosing to improve. All right? That becomes a completely different conversation for you and them to be able to have. So if you can get aligned where they can understand that what you're dealing with is real, but you, on the other hand, are also saying, look, I'm taking responsibility for this and I'm turning it around, then you may be able to find a symmetry in a marriage between the two of you where you are able to get on the same page. The other thing I would say too is some individuals you're just not simply going to be able to get to understand, right? Nobody is inside of your head except for you. Nobody understands exactly what's going on except for you. So if somebody in your life is just very clearly not demonstrating any sense of compassion in the slightest, not offering their support in the slightest, you have to be able to move on. You have to be able to not let that get under your skin, because what's the alternative? You continue to focus on the behavior of somebody else that you can't control and get stressed out about it. That's just going to create more problems for you. Better that you take the time to get internal and focus and do what you need to do and apply a proven process to get through your depression and anxiety so that you can make sure that this all gets resolved. And then the relationship between the two of you will improve regardless anyway.